tell you something. We've been on the air for how many years now with this show, Guillermo?
21.
22 is the correct answer. And every night we pack them in. We have a line of people out in front of the theater waiting to get in. And you know why these people are out there every night trying to get in this theater? I'll tell you why. Because the tickets are free. Because we don't charge. We're like the library without the homeless people masturbating. And we're only going to get more popular because consumer confidence is at the lowest mark it's been for more than 4 years. Consumer confidence is this measure of how optimistic we are about the economy. And the answer right now is not very, to which I say, give it a minute. Donald Trump, I know he ran saying he's going to lower prices, make everybody rich. It's not like he promised he would do it all on day one.
Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again. We'll do that. I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one. On day one, I will begin to reverse the disastrous effects of Biden's inflation. Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, that's... Guillermo, what are we on? What day are we on?
Day 37.
Oh, that's
Jimmy.
not that long. And how much do eggs? A dozen eggs cost?
Too much.
Things are not headed in a good direction. Things are so bad. Hooters might be going out of business. Can you imagine a world without Hooters? I mean, where will anyone in Florida eat? Man cannot live on Waffle House alone. If Hooters goes away, Hooters going to be a weird thing to explain to our grandkids. So, it was a strip club? No. Like, families could eat there. They had chicken wings. Oh, were they good? No, not very good. Funny, if you told me a year ago that Hooters was going bankrupt, I would assume that the company had been purchased by Donald Trump after he lost the presidency, but Hooters is peanuts to our dear old Uncle Scam. He's got biglier ideas to bring in revenue, including a new path to citizenship for those who pay up.
We're going to be doing something else that's going to be very good. We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship, and wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy.
What a good idea. I've always said our immigration system should run more like the customer rewards program at a casino in Atlantic City. And somehow he managed to make everything disgusting. This is basically what he does at Mar-a-Lago. He's selling memberships to a country club, but this club is actually our country. The land of the free, and by free, I mean $5 million.
Can a Russian oligarch be eligible for a gold card?
Yeah, possibly. Hey, I know some Russian oligarchs that are very nice people. It's possible.
Yeah. Hey, I know some Russian oligarchs that are nice people. Let me tell you something. He may know oligarchs not as well as they know him. But get your golden tickets from President Oompa J. Loompa, because the other luxury experience Trump is currently planning is this Gaza Lago nonsense. You know, there's a lot of weird stuff on the internet, especially with AI. But this is a video that was posted on the official social media accounts of and by the President of the United States.
Donald is coming to set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, #1. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza, #1.
Did I just see men with beards and bikinis? Even Kim Jong-un is like, that's a little much, you know? That video, it's a perfect example of who Donald Trump is. He doesn't think about the death or the suffering. He doesn't care about the people who've been killed or held hostage or don't have homes. What does he care about? Building hotels on that. There is no problem that can't easily be solved with a real estate development named after him. The worst part is he thinks that looks like fun. He thinks it looks great. It's like a cruise ship crashed into Saddam Hussein's house or something. Who would even want to go to a place like this? I mean, traffic's a nightmare. You have to drive around these big dumb statues. Everybody's walking around with balloons like they're the clowns from It. The nightclubs are full of lecherous old Americans groping belly dancers with their webbed frog hands, and you got Elon shoveling hummus into his face, and there's sand at the pool and surrounded by fat old men. And with that said, I did like the music. It was kind of catchy. And the Doge Master General made an appearance at Trump's first cabinet meeting today, where the president weighed in on the dumb mass email Musk sent to federal employees ordering them to report 5 things they did at work last week. This caused a great deal of confusion and no doubt cost us thousands of man-hours of work. But Trump loved the idea. He sees this as a good way to figure out which federal employees don't exist.
Letters were sent out to people just to find out if the people exist. Maybe that person doesn't exist. Maybe they don't exist. Maybe we're paying people that don't exist. A lot of people that didn't exist, I guess. We have a lot of people that don't exist. We're trying to figure out, do they exist? The people weren't there. They didn't exist.
He's searching for people who don't exist, as if email will do that. Listen, you can't find Melania. It doesn't mean she doesn't exist. She's not responding to you. Now, reportedly, some of the Emperor's No Clothes crew are concerned about this slash and burn approach they're taking to cutting budgets. And even Elon Musk himself admits that he might not be doing it exactly right.
I should say, we will make mistakes. We won't be perfect. But when we make a mistake, we'll fix it very quickly. So, for example, with USAID, one of the things we accidentally canceled very briefly was Ebola, Ebola prevention. I think we all want Ebola prevention. So we restored the Ebola prevention immediately.
Oh, well, that's fine then. He only canceled our Ebola prevention for a couple of days. Calm down, everybody. That's not an excuse. Ask the doctor. As soon as I realized I unplugged my mother's life support to charge my iPhone, I immediately plugged it back in. You know, I mentioned there are Trump cabinet officials who've very privately, been expressing frustration with Elon Musk, but when they were all together in a room and a reporter asked them about that, no one had a thing to say.
If you had heard otherwise, and if you had heard anything about members of the cabinet who weren't happy with the way things were going.
Let the cabinet speak just for a second. Is anybody unhappy with Elon? If you are, well, throw him out of here. Is anybody unhappy?
What an adorable group of eunuchs. Look at the... By the way, let's watch the end of the video again, because watch Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio might be the only semi-normal person. He's like, one clap. Marco, my words, he will be the first one out, okay? What Trump does is he fixes problems by either creating problems or finding things that aren't problems and then solving them. A full month after the fires we had here, he's still blathering about sending water to California.
And by the way, the water is flowing in California. I hope you people have seen it. I'll get you some photographs, but it's a beautiful sight. It's like not reported, it's incredible, but California has a lot of water. That's gonna take care of farmers. It's gonna wetten up the land, and it's gonna go all the way down to Los Angeles, where they have curfews on water.
That's right, we've got curfews on water. All water has to be in bed by 10 o'clock or it's grounded. It's gonna wetten up the land. Here's the thing. I know that if you don't live in Southern California, you probably assume there must be some little shred of truth to that story he just told. There's not. We have no limits on water. There's no curfew for water. And the only thing he wettened is the diaper he puts on every day.
Another picture, let me just see what that looks like. How beautiful is that? Look at that beautiful water flowing. Look at that. That's coming in the dikes and other means of transportation. Isn't that beautiful? Who would believe that?
No one would believe that. What he actually did was he dumped a huge amount of water in the Central Valley, water the farmers were saving for the summer when they need it. He released that when they didn't need it. It's all part of his plan to make sure groceries cost $1 million a month. But thank you for the water, Mr. President. We love it. We're literally bathing in it right now. Speaking of water, you know who hasn't been getting much attention lately? Ted Cruz. He seems to have been left out in the cold, and, you know, he dies if he isn't on TV at least once a week. So last night, Sweaty Teddy popped in to say hello to Sean on the Hannity Show.
The Democrats are not. They're doubling down. They are the party of waste, fraud, and abuse. They are the party of, you know, you don't see a single elected Democrat saying, this is great that Elon Musk is tracking this down. Instead, they are defending sex change surgeries in Guatemala.
Somebody got a little too excited thinking about those sex change surgeries in Guatemala. Yeah. When Ted's gills dry out, he chokes. He has to keep them damp. Water's about to get a lot more interesting. Our new health czar, RFK, is going to be happy to hear that Utah is about to become the first state to stop adding fluoride to their water supply, which actually makes sense. You know, their state flag already looks like one of Flavor Flav's teeth. So, you know, in some of the fundamentalist communities around Utah, if your wife doesn't have perfectly white teeth, you don't have to worry because there's a good chance one of the other wives will. But why this is happening there, I don't know. Literally at this very minute, while this bill is on a desk about to become law, the city of Calgary up in Canada is spending $28 million to put the fluoride back in their water because they got rid of it and realized what a giant screw-up it was. In 2011, I guess they voted to get rid of the fluoride, and guess what happened? Thousands of people's teeth rotted, especially children's teeth. And yeah, I know Canadians lose a tooth every time they play hockey, but this is another level of teeth losing. The professor of medicine at the University of Calgary said they did studies. They found that after removing the fluoride from the water, the need for intravenous antibiotic therapy by children to avoid death by infection rose 700% at the Alberta Children's Hospital. So I don't know what they're, I guess just gargle the salt from your lake. I don't know what you're going to do. Sadly, this decision is likely to have a negative effect on a lot of people, but there's one group in the Beehive State that is actually very happy about it.
Here in the great state of Utah, we love to ski. We love our rivers and golf, hot air balloons, hot tubs, and the finest non-alcoholic wines money can buy. But what we love most is clean, fluoride-free water. We're Utah's dentists. And we look forward to seeing you much more often. Paid for by the Cavity Crews.
We make Colgate teeth!
Guillermo, do you know how many subscribers we have on YouTube now?
20 million.
That's right, yeah. That's why we're wearing these glasses. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, help us get to 20,000,001.